I'm Madison.
And I'm Chase. We're the Madison Chase team.
And today we're doing our first IGTV. Reason being is we get lots of phone calls. Our clients, sellers, home buyers to be all want to know what is going on in today's real estate market. They're afraid of the R word, recession, and they want to know if that's what we're going to be hit with. And I think the first place to look when we're trying to answer that question is the economy. Chase, what's going on in the economy?
Well, last time that I checked, I see really low unemployment rates. We have low interest rates. We have, I'd say, a very small amount of inventory, which is keeping our market competitive, but it's not like there's an oversupply or undersupply right now. So, and I'd say that the market morale is going really well. I mean, it's strong in my opinion.
Market morale, I'm glad you brought that up. That's really important to talk about. Not only do we have statistics that are showing us that the economy is doing better than ever, quite honestly, but the morale of home buyers and sellers. If people really start to believe in their perspective around the market is that it's going to tank, guess what? They're going to become paralyzed. They're not going to make any moves. Where the contrary, if they're excited about a market, of course they're going to be making all the moves in the world, and that influences how fast things are turning over and really what kind of prices sellers and buyers can expect in today's world. The other thing that I really think is important for us to begin to look at is Sacramento in particular. We have a really unique, almost like a microclimate, if you will, of a market because of our close proximity of San Francisco. Chase, why don't you tell us a little bit about the migration pattern there?
So what we've been seeing is because the Bay Area is so densely populated, people are looking to the Sacramento market saying, hey, I can get a nice house for a lot cheaper here, and they're not taking that big of a wage cut coming this way. So we're getting a lot of migration coming this way, and especially when I'm just reading the business journal or things like that, there's tons of infill projects. I mean, downtown is blowing up. There's just a lot of growth coming to the Sacramento region in general.
So in a nutshell, I think it's safe to say we're not afraid of any big recession coming. We're not afraid of the market tanking. Everybody likes to talk about the steep incline of a market and the drastic decline of a market, but nobody ever comments on when the market flattens ultimately. And I think the biggest fear when people are reading articles is they've been seeing that over the last year after year, because of this increase that we've been seeing, it's so astronomical. We have increases that are 6 and 7% annually. That is crazy. And that's why everybody's been so excited about the market. But we all know you cannot sustain that kind of increase forever. At some point, it has to flatten out. And flattening out does not mean it's going to do this and then completely tank. It means we've been doing this really steep, like we're climbing Mount Everest. But now, instead of an angle right here, we're going to flatten out just a little bit, and we'll see prices not increase as astronomically, but we're still seeing an increase. We're still seeing a healthy market. Jason and I put a house on market. If it's priced correctly and marketed well, that thing is gone in 72 hours. And so, in my opinion, I'd say if you are looking to buy, get in because you want to be paying your mortgage, not somebody else's mortgage. And if you're thinking about selling, sell. The market's hot. There are more people looking to buy in California than roofs that we have to provide. So, have a nut.
Especially as a buyer, I always like to consider the lifestyle aspect of buying a home too. I mean, sometimes when I'm just looking at the numbers, you can get so caught up in it financially that you don't think about the lifestyle that comes with home ownership and the freedom that it allows you to have. So in my perspective, I know when I bought my home, it was very overwhelming, but if anything, it's kind of empowered me to work harder, to strive for bigger goals, and it kind of balanced out my life. So I think it's a big component is, the emotional piece of it.
So let's get out there, buying and selling. Call Madison Chase.